welcome back to Lose Your Source for all things Everton. I'm Jay Palton. I'm here to give my player ratings from our 1-0 win over Burnley on Saturday afternoon. It feels great to be talking about an Everton win. First time in sort of 2.5 months, obviously going back to sort of 3.5 months since we won a game in the league. But yeah, really pleased, and I don't think we played particularly brilliantly by any stretch of the imagination, but I thought it was obviously great to get 3 points against a team who were down there as well. I think probably kill off any hopes they might have of clawing their way back into this thing, and yeah, just brilliant as well now to get 4 points in 2 games. That's what we can do going forward. But anyway, regarding the ratings, Jordan Pickford giving him a 7. I always give a goalie a 7. Really, they've kept a clean sheet. He had no saves to make really. Some, I always say this, but some poor kicking, some good kicking. Win was a killer, but yeah, he literally had nothing to do all game. James Coleman, I've given him a 7. I thought he was all right. I thought he got forward and helped try and give us a little bit more of an angle down that right side, which you do miss when Ben Godfrey's playing or when Ashley Young's playing there. And yeah, I thought he was sound today. I thought he was okay. Obviously he's 34, so it can't be easy for him. But yeah, centre halves, James obviously giving him a 6. I thought he was all right, but just think getting booked away in the first half, and he's letting players go by him, and he didn't have a load to do today, to be fair to him, but I just didn't think it was his best game. Speaking of best games though, Jared Branthwaite, that is probably the best performance I've seen Jared Branthwaite ever have. I've given him a 9.5. Thought he was absolutely fantastic. The boy is an absolute Rolls Royce. He's just incredible. And I was saying to I was sat next to the match, I said, every time he touches the ball, I feel like he does something good, whether it be he wins it back, wins the throw in, puts a great tackle in, brilliant deception, carries the ball out, wins the ball higher up. It shows a bit of aggression there. And I mean, I tweeted about this a few weeks ago, but I thought Ross Barkley looked really good when he played for Everton. I thought John Stones looked brilliant. I think Jared Branthwaite would be a better player than both of them. I really do. And I know John Stones, that's difficult because even though he's actually not played huge amounts of football over the last sort of 3-4 years, people think he's obviously one of the best centre-backs we've seen in this division. And I can understand, I think he is fantastic. But I say he has actually had a lot of injury issues recently. Jared Branthwaite can stay fit and he makes the right move and he eventually leaves us. Hopefully that's not this summer, but we'll see. He's just incredible. I really, 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 really highly rate him, and I don't think there's any club in the world he couldn't go and play for. Not necessarily go and start, but I think every club on planet football he could go and play for and hold his own at the very least. Yeah, absolutely sensational again today, in my opinion. Mikalenko gave him a 5. I thought in the first half he had a couple of really bad moments. He bottled a couple of challenges sort of in and around the area. Didn't offer a great deal going forward. Look, he tries. I think he's been much better this season than he had been since he joined the club, but today I didn't think he had a particularly good game. Moving on midfield, gone James Garner, I've given him 7.5. I think obviously I said I didn't feel like James Garner's been playing too well as of late a few weeks ago, and a lot of people took exception to that. And then a lot of people sort of said he's doing much better than Onana. Then you bring up the stats, and it was like, well, no, Onana was definitely doing much better than James Garner at that time. But Garner grew into the game, second half much better. A couple of slack balls in there, but loads of energy, loads of aggression, loads of tackling, decent in possession, decent on the ball. And as I said, I think it was more just the aggression he showed and getting about the pitch, and that's why I loved him so much the first few months of the season, because I thought he was really good in that regard. And obviously with no Onana there as well, he loses a huge physical presence next to him, which is not ideal. But yeah, I thought he was good today. James Garner should have won a penalty, but the referee and the linesman obviously didn't give it, but we move on. Andre Gomes gave him a 7. I thought he was decent today. I mean, I really struggle with Andre Gomes because he's on huge money. He's leaving in the summer. That's the first time he's played 90 minutes in a game for Everton for over 2 years. And I'll be honest with you, I really don't care how he played today. I care how he plays next game. I care how he plays in the game after that, because Andre Gomes has never, over the last, or since he joined the club permanently, I do not think Andre Gomes has been able to string together 2, 3, 4, 5 good games. I'm not saying it has to be unbelievable every game. I'm not saying he has to score like he did Tottenham or Palace. I'm not saying he's got to make the killer ball every week, but he's just got to be good every week, because he's on that money where you just think he's got to do something for us. And I say I really struggle to sit here and wax lyrical about a player who has let us down more than he hasn't over the last sort of 3-4 years in terms of performances. He's not the answer by any means, and I say he will definitely be leaving in the summer unless he signs on a hugely reduced terms, but don't see that happening. Yeah, obviously he should have got an assist or played the ball through for a penalty for better, which wasn't given. I do factor that in. I say I thought he was tidy enough in possession, but yeah, I'm taking the rough with the smooth him a little bit. Let's see how we get on the next couple of games before I start to really think, right, a bit like Yerry in the last season, who flat to deceive a little bit, injured loads, did well when he played though, Yerry in my opinion, but really pulled through, put his body on the line and helped us get the points required last season. So let's see if Andrew Gomes can do something similar. I'm not sure he'll be able to. I'm sure he will be moved out the side once players are fit, but let's see. Yeah, I thought he did all right today. Dwight McNeil, I've given him a 7. I thought in the second half he probably would have been like an 8, maybe. First half, I thought he was really, really quite poor. He just looks knackered, which is Max. We're so long off. He's not played for England or anything like that. But I think if Harrison's been taken out the side, I think McNeil could do coming out the side, to be honest with you. Second half, I thought he showed huge energy and played much better in the second half, I will say. But I thought in the first half he was really quite poor, and his decision making in the final third is really lacking for me, and it's a worry. And I know as well, obviously, because there's loads going on with McNeil, which is also really sad. Hopefully those things are getting better for him, but I think if talking purely football, I wouldn't be against moving him out the side, especially when Danjuma comes back, or for giving Harrison a go out on the left, maybe see if he can do any better there than he has done on the right in the last few weeks. But yeah, pulled it up with the second half performance, lots of great running, and yeah, he helped get the win today. Ashley Young on the right, I've given him a 6.5. I thought he was largely the same as McNeil. Works hard, and yeah, but his crossing's just so poor. Gets into the final third, and again, decision making really seems to let him down. But a good pro, worked hard today. Helped James Coleman, absolutely ridiculous right hand side that. And yeah, I definitely prefer him playing on the right than a fullback. So yeah, Abdoulaye Corey, I've given him a 6. I think again, like the other two, not great in the first half, better in the second, but yeah, he's not been the same since he's come back from his injury, and obviously playing in that number 10 position, he doesn't have the creativity or the ability on the ball, but he can sniff out goals. If we're not creating chances, he's not going to be able to do that. So I do have a little bit of sympathy for him, but I thought he was okay today at best. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin, giving him an 8. I thought in the first half, again, not brilliant, but he scored. And second half, I actually thought he was really good. Ran the channels, ran the defence ragged, getting in on taking shots on his left foot, his right foot. Lovely bit of skill for that, for what could have been his second goal. Brilliant save by Muric. But yeah, I thought Dom did well today, and I was really pleased for him. And hopefully this is him getting back into that confidence thing that we talked about, because it was unfortunate. It was on the pitch the week and we got our first penalty of the season against West Ham. He scores against Tottenham, but it hits Jack Harris on the thigh and goes in, and it counts as his goal. And it's like it's pretty much just words on a web page about who scored the goal. It was all Dominic Calvert-Lewin getting in amongst it and finishing the ball off. But obviously it hits Harrison very gently on the way through, or very lightly on the way through, should I say. And those sort of unlucky things I think have happened. He's played poorly in plenty of games as well, by the way. Don't get that twisted. But I thought today I actually felt that was closer to the Dominic Calvert-Lewin of 3-4 years ago, and that's obviously brilliant for us if he can keep doing that. But yeah, 2 and 2 for him. Neither goal vintage, but they all count. They absolutely all count. And then subs, Harrison, Beto weren't on the pitch for long enough to really influence the game. Beto should have had a penalty, in my opinion. But yeah, they were on the pitch for sort of 10 minutes, and by that point we were just kind of defending and see if we can get the game over and done with. But let me know your thoughts down below on how you thought players played, who do you want to see coming for Chelsea next week, and your thoughts on the game as a whole. Much appreciated, and we'll see you soon. Nice one.